Hey there, this is Blake Levine, and today I want to do a talk about bipolar disorder in our world and some tools and suggestions to keep pressing forward. So, oftentimes, I have been learning that many in our world, not just in the United States where I live, but all over, people are facing all different types of changes. I was reading an article earlier this week where someone was saying that things are moving much faster than they ever have before. Technology and other tools are making our access to information and our lives so much quicker and faster than they were before. I actually wrote a book this past year called The Psychology of Adult Coloring, and it looked at why coloring books are catching on for adults. Why are people that have millions of apps they can download for free going and coloring like they used to as a kid? And what I found in the book is that for many of us, it's a wonderful way to detach from the quick pace that many of us are living. By shutting the technology off and coloring and drawing and relaxing, we end up helping ourselves to de-stress. And today I'm here, I work doing my coaching and my writing and also in the real estate field. And I took a little time to exercise. And by shutting off all the technology and just running and jumping, doing push-ups and squats, I find that it's a great way to allow my brain to de-stress and to calm down. And what I have found is that since 2008, when the crisis hit, the financial picture for our world is different. Very few people are making more money than they did before. And what's fascinating is I was talking to a friend and we were saying how someone that maybe earns $50,000 is actually doing quite well. But if that person that earned $50,000 used to earn $500,000, it doesn't seem as good. So what I'm finding is even those that look on the outside like they have a lot, maybe they have a home or maybe they have a nice car or they seem to have money, you may look at them like I do and say, wow, look how rich they are and successful. But for them, they have much less than they did before. And for those that are earning less and barely struggling, able to survive, it becomes difficult to have hope and optimism. And what I find is our moods can start to shift when we are fearful about our future, about our finances, about our careers. We can start to have anxiety and we can start to have mood issues. And I've been noticing these last few years, many people are running around, moving faster, and almost can look like mania. Many are depressed, starting to isolate and stay alone. And if they do have bipolar disorders, what I have faced for 20 years, it can be so hard to just hold on and have hope and survive. And what I have found is that whether you have a mental illness diagnosis or you're just a human being trying to survive in a tough economy, you have to find a way to press forward. This includes creating healthy outlets, maybe drawing, coloring, writing, doing things like dancing or listening to music or being around friends and socializing and finding ways to release your stress in a positive way. My brother Adam was an amazing human being who passed away about 2 years ago from a heroin overdose. And I always say that he was such a creative, bright light in our world, but when things got hard, he reached for addictions. And sadly, it started with alcohol and marijuana and led to things like heroin. And when he died at 27, it shook my whole family, but it put in me two things. One was to know that life is a gift, no matter how hard it is, how bad money might be. If we keep moving forward and we keep making the best of our lives, we are doing better for ourselves and we're remembering that it's going to be okay, that we are here alive and it's a gift. The second thing it taught me was that I can't use his death and other problems. I faced a number of financial issues and other situations, and by not letting drugs or alcohol be the way to cope, I started to get healthier. I began to work out every single day. These days I do 4 to 5 days of exercise. I also have learned to not drink alcohol anymore. I never was a heavy drinker, but when my brother died, I completely stopped drinking at all. And I learned for those with addictions, it's so hard to be places